I make a bit of money and the buyer gets a decent deal.
Welcome back to Vintage Love Affair. There he is. This is the first car boot sale of the season. Woo! So let us take a look at some of the stock that we have been selling today. One of the things that Wills does mention is toys have been a huge seller, and also his football shirts as well. It's nice to have a look at it at different angles anyway.
Jewellery, toys, lotions, football shirts. Oh, the toys. 3 for a tenner, 4 quid each, bit of jewellery, 5-6 quid each. Football shirts, 10 each, or thereabouts. So, good deals. I make a bit of money with the buying and
Vintage Love Affair had a really successful day. Sorry about the wind. I can't do anything about it. So hopefully you can hear me. I will try and do some noise cancellation. There he is, coughing away. So the pros and the cons of the day are the fact that there have been a lot of people here to buy, which has been really nice. Vintage Love Affair have done very well. So the day is actually winding down, so I'd say one of the cons is the fact that you cannot actually leave. People are actually feeling like they're held a little bit hostage. So they've been letting themselves out through these barriers behind me, and actually you're not supposed to. So we've actually still got an hour and a half until we are allowed by law to leave. So many of the other buyers are actually coming around complaining about the fact that we've got an hour and a half to wait before we're actually physically allowed to leave. There isn't really anybody left here to buy with. So I'd say that is a big...
Hi all, this is Will from Vintage Love Affair. I thought I would do an update video. We had the introduction of the April video where we did our first car boot sale over the Easter period, and I thought, as you can see now, are some pictures from my midweek Dursley market, which I hold, the Vintage and Collectibles market in Dursley, Gloucestershire. This was a particularly nice one. We had a couple of other vendors selling there as well, so there were 3 of us selling there a couple of weeks ago, and we had some lovely items available between us. Everything from vintage teddies to the Star Wars to handmade children's toys, books, vintage books, tools, you name it. Coming up to some cookery items here as well, rolling pins, tins. Yeah, just some lovely little trinkety items as well. Some vintage denim jeans, Levi jeans, all sorts of items.
You got it all inside of you. Good to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the mood. You make me, you make me right. You got it all inside of you. Good to be true.
It's still really, establishing our market. And working out the best way of developing it. A couple of the vendors new, either looking into joining us, or existing ones are looking into doing perhaps every other week. So it's getting the right balance of continuity. So when we have people turn up, we've got a nice display available to them, and also trying to keep it fresh. We want to get the right balance between keeping stuff in stock and also bringing new stock with us each week, so that for those customers that do like to pop in every week. There's something different for them to see, because we want to keep drawing people back, and also get the word out to the wider community, and try and draw people into the local town. I also not only sell at car boot sales and the Dursley Vintage Market, but I also have an online presence. I have an eBay store called Gloss Stamps and Collectibles, and we sell everything, as the name would suggest, from stamps to comics, to ceramics, to kitchenalia, you name it. A little bit of clothing. So if you want to check out Gloss Stamps and Collectibles, currently we have about 120, 130 listings. We are aiming over the next couple of months to double, if not triple, that number of listings. But it's finding the right stock at the right price at the right time. We've got more stamps going on today as I speak. I'll be listing some more this afternoon, and we've got a couple of interesting collections coming on consignment. Some of them are police and military badges, and we've also got a collection which is a bit obscure, I know, but we've got a collection of gramophone needles. So apparently there is quite a market for those, and a need for those, I suppose, as replacement pieces. So we will be listing those hopefully sometime in the next couple of weeks. We've had some funny weather over the past week or two. So last Wednesday we put on a market. Wednesday before we actually took the step of calling it off, because there was gales, there was lightning, there was thunder, winds, rain. It was horrendous. But we do absolutely everything we can in our power to make sure that if we say we're going to be there on a Wednesday, we are there on a Wednesday. It was just particularly bad. So if you want to come and visit us on a Wednesday between 9 and 4 p.m, preferably a little bit before 4, because that's around about the time you start packing up, you're more than welcome to drop in, say hi, say that you saw us on the Vintage Love Affair YouTube channel, and please also consider subscribing to this channel. It would certainly help our numbers and our rating and everything. So yes, I just wanted to give you a few combined videos to show you what we've been up to since April, really, and the sort of stuff that we've had in stock. Some of these items that you're seeing now have already sold through. So, quite a bit of it we've still got in stock available. Towards the end of this video, you'll see a lovely selection of books which I've had on consignment. Someone has actually given them to me to sell on his behalf. He picked them up as an auction lot, and I'll be selling them, or have been selling them, on eBay, and we'll basically split any profits So it means it's a way of me getting stock without having to put out an outlay, and he gets a return on his investment, basically by outsourcing the selling of them and the packing of them. This is one of those books I was talking about. Some lovely frames and pictures in these books. In the old typography. A lot of them, I believe, have the old India paper, the very fine paper, which means that you can have hundreds of pages in quite a small, most of them not small books, but confined space compared to the modern day paper. The Boer War book has sold. The Epoch, Pose and Horace book has sold, and the majority of the others are still available. We've still got the Pilgrim's Progress. I believe it was the 1764 copy. Believe it or not, even though that is 1760s is getting on for 250 years old, Pilgrim's Progress was still written, I believe, somewhere between 80 and 100 years prior to that. So although our copy is a couple of hundred years old plus, in terms of the actual edition, it's obviously earlier than a Victorian edition, but it's still not classed as an early edition. Depending on condition, they can be reached up to £1,000 for a 1700s edition, but our one, the binding is quite poor to it, so we've currently got it listed for somewhere between £350 and £400, I believe. This book here that you can see is the one that's sold in the past week or so. Look at that lovely text. Now this is an interesting book. Mary Bateman, the Yorkshire Witch. It is actually, I haven't read it, but I've read about it. It turns out it was about a woman in Yorkshire who was effectively a murderer, and the book was basically written as a guide to the magistrates of the day on how to deal with cases such as hers. So yeah, I imagine it was either a guidance to the law, or how to interpret the law, or how to develop the law, something like that. So it's quite an academic text. Thank you all for listening and watching today. Please like and subscribe, and check back for future videos. All the best. Bye.